Hello, this is John Diaz, independent presidential candidate for the United States in 2024. I'm making this video today here in Colombia in South America. For all the people who've been watching the videos, I appreciate it. And for the people who are watching these videos for the first time, I encourage everybody to please continue to watch the videos. And I hope everybody's enjoyed them. I'm driving along here in Colombia, and I've made several videos now documenting all the American products in Colombia and documenting how capitalism is up and running strong here in Colombia. But there's also a small underlying problem, and as you've seen in all the videos, I've talked about severe drought here in Colombia. It's been raining and we've had several days of good rain, but it's still extremely dry for all the, it's been many months of just severe drought, no rain at all. So the earth is a little dry out here, and a lot of farmers are struggling. They're struggling to keep their farms going. They're struggling to keep their animals alive. But as you can see in the videos, without me saying anything, you guys can see that capitalism is up and running here. I'm not going to talk too much about products in this video, but here in Colombia, they had the last presidential election. They elected a president that's not a, let's just say, a normal president. As a matter of fact, this is a president that won the election. The people chose him, and he promised the hardworking people a lot. And I think out of the frustration that they had with the last president, which was a Republican president here in Colombia, they were frustrated with the Republican president, and I guess out of the frustration, this president said all the right things that they wanted to hear, so they elected him. And so the only difference between a normal president and this president that won the presidency here in Colombia is that he had ties with guerrilla groups here in Colombia. Now, guerrilla groups are groups that I guess their overall intention, their overall plan is to overthrow the government to become basically communist. And as we all know, there was a similar story that happened in the neighboring country of Venezuela, where there was a candidate at the time called Hugo Chavez who promised the Venezuelan people a lot of things for them, and he didn't like the United States very much. He talked poorly about the U.S. And he eventually passed away, and then one of his cabinet people took over the country, which is Maduro, the guy that's currently the president of Venezuela. So the point I'm trying to make is that usually when these characters, when they win the presidency, they want to stay in power at all costs. Democracy seems to go out the door, and this president, the current president of Colombia, he's already had visits in Havana, Cuba, to speak with the president there. and so forth. I think you all get the point of what I'm saying here. But if you look at this mountainside, you see all the dead trees. There's a lot of dead trees from the severe drought that's happening right now. And you can see all the color of the hillsides are still extremely dry. It's gotten a little better, but it's still pretty bad. But you see all the animals grazing, doing what they're doing. So the point of this video is to talk about capitalism and how important it is, and how important it is to keep a strong relationship with all the capitalist nations out there. Because as we're all witnessing the problems we're facing with Russia and their allies, in my opinion, there's one strong way to defeat all this, and that's having an enormous, strong, raging economy here in the United States and for all the capitalist partners. And it's not to say that I'm eliminating ties, that I would eliminate ties with China or Russia. That would be up to them. But in this scenario, it seems like they don't care anymore. They don't care about having good ties with the U.S. They don't care about, doing things by the book. And so we're all witnessing what's going on in Ukraine and how they're struggling to deal with warfare with the Russians on a daily basis. And it's becoming a threat for all the civilized capitalist nations. It's becoming a threat to the European nations. So in this type of situation, it's hard to go to the table with people that have this aggression and these thoughts. So I think I'm praying and hoping that Colombia has a good outcome, that this president has an orderly election the next time there's a presidential election race, which I think is 2026. But I'm hoping that this president of Colombia does everything by the book and lets the people choose who the next president will be. And I hope that this president of Colombia does a good job for the people like he said he would. And I hope that he doesn't end up being a communist. And there you have on that hillside, you're witnessing a fire that took place. Luckily, the firefighters here in Colombia have been able to contain these type of fires, but you see that it took out all the foliage, the trees there. And right now, there's a lot of Colombian protests going on against the current president, because keep in mind that a lot of the working people had hopes for this president, that he would help them. Today I saw a report that says that 4.5 million Colombians are suffering from severe hunger. That's a lot of people. And I know all the videos that I've showed, it doesn't show extreme poverty. In other words, it's a lot of everything. You got a lot of poor people, you've got a lot of middle class, and a lot of rich people. It's a little bit of everything, but the people at the bottom had hopes with this president that he would help them out of desperation. There's not a lot of extreme poverty I've showed yet, because I haven't been able to go to those zones yet. And I'll definitely try to get in there and show you all footage about that. But in this country, in Colombia, there's been a lot of protests lately against the current president, that people are unhappy. And also I think there was another drug cartel boss that escaped from some police station. So I noticed that the military dispatch units, and I'm thinking that the units are pretty much to maintain order, and to possibly look for this fugitive. So I'll be running into the military here momentarily. I thought that was pretty cool. And I want the American public to witness what I'm about to see with the military. They're all fully armed with automatic machine guns that you would probably see in warfare. But it's important to demonstrate to these type of organizations, these type of crime organizations, that, you know, that the government's in control. So I believe it's extremely important for the government to do that. Now, I'm not sure if the military is going to be here or not, because I witnessed them a while ago. But it's possible they're still here. Yeah, they're still here. As you can see. Disculpe, oficial, ¿qué es el problema?
¿Cómo?
I'm going to try to find out real quick what the problem could be. Hola, oficial, ¿qué es el problema?
¿Cuál problema?
Por la policía militar. ¿Hay un problema? Porque nunca los ha visto antes.
No, centro de control.
¿O solo para mantener control?
Sí.
Oh, muy bien. Muchas gracias. Okay, guys, so I just spoke with a military officer, and they're basically just keeping order, is what she said. And you can see here, they got their full automatic weapons. So in a way, I think this is good, because it keeps order. It lets any crime organizations know what's going on, and the power that they have, and I think it's important. So this is what I was also suggesting for the United States, to put the military around prisons, to put them around schools, around airports, and maybe have police units that are that have automatic weapons. I mean, I know that exist already, but I'm talking about more of them, to make sure the United States is a place that complies with all the that has order, and that people are lawful, and because it's good for tourism when people go travel abroad, and you feel safe, just like we experience. You know, we feel safe because the military police and the national police are in control of everything. So that's a good thing, that they're in control, and that's what we need more of in America, to make sure that we deter crime, that we stop crime, that we stop theft from stores. And so if everybody is enjoying this, please go back to the first videos that I talk about the bonus program for the United States of America. So in this video we covered several topics. We covered the drought, the importance of irrigation, and the importance of having security, such as the police, such as the military, helping shore up the police to make sure that everyone's safe, the public and the police. So, as you all witness in this video and you continue to see capitalism in display, it's extremely important with what's going on right now to have good ties around the world, to try to make friends instead of enemies. My job would be to try to talk to these enemies and bring them to the table to see if what we can do to stop all these problems, which is what I think Putin wanted originally. He said that the United States wasn't paying attention to them. So I would try to do diplomatic routes. But it depends on what they want also, if they don't want to have diplomatic ties. But I'm all about having an extremely robust economy, more than ever before, more than ever seen before in the history. I'm all about making sure that this debt we have is paid off in full and have an enormous surplus for the next president that would take over, to make the American people have a good situation instead of a bad situation. So I'm asking for everybody's support, everybody's help. If you enjoy everything I present, please tell your friends. One way to help me would be to share these videos. And it would definitely be helpful. I believe that there's a lot we can do to help. As a small business owner that I've been most of my life, I know all the struggles of people with small businesses, all the struggles they face. And it's tough. It's tough to have a business, it's tough to make money, and it's tough to have employees. But if you've seen all the videos I've laid out, I have a strategy. I've been talking about the strategy for over 50 videos now. And these are comprehensive strategies that attack a lot of serious problems. But I can assure everybody one big problem that we would tackle is by having a raging economy. In the first year, it would have to be monumental to get a grip on things, to start paying off all the debt we have, and to reward the American workers with the bonus program that would have to pass a bill through Congress. So it would be my job to unite Congress, the Democrats, the Republicans, and everybody else to pass a bill on behalf of the American people to get them a bonus plan in place. And that would be after the first year and through the rest of my first term. And I just want to make sure that the American people get more help than they've ever gotten in their whole life. I'm here to help the American people unlike anybody else. As a matter of fact, the opposition candidate rather, talks about deporting everybody. Well, it sounds nice, but the problem is there isn't enough labor that's covering all the jobs that are out there. So that'll quickly turn into a financial mess. It'll make the economy plunge without the adequate amount of labor. There'll be a lot of companies that'll go bankrupt because without labor, you can't expand. Without labor, you can't make a profit. without the right kind of labor, there's no hope to be successful. Now, I'm not talking about having illegal immigration. I'm talking about fixing the system once and for all by allowing a permit plan to help these workers be legal, to pay taxes, to be law-abiding. So I have a strategy, I have a plan, and I've outlined a lot of these problems, a lot of the solutions of how I would tackle these problems, and I'm asking for everybody's support. A lot of these strategies, you won't hear these strategies from my opposition. You won't hear from the other candidates. The only thing you hear from them is just basically who's the best fighter between them. Who fights the best? That's how they win. And there's no strategy in place to to talk about all the serious global problems and national problems we're facing. So I can assure everybody, I'll be aggressive every day. I'll do everything to communicate with the American people what we're doing, what we want to do, and let them know. Be straight up with them. Now, isn't it interesting? Donald Trump is the guy that goes to restaurants and everybody's trying to take pictures with him. But they don't really understand all the problems we have, and they just feel that because he's popular and he fights with everybody, and they think in their minds that that's what we need. But I guarantee you, we need someone that solves the real problems. And all the videos I've set forth talks about all these serious problems. I don't think President Trump is interested in having good ties with Latin America, with countries in Africa, but I can guarantee you Russia and China sure do. So he was talking about America first and forget the rest of the world. Remember that, guys? He was talking about why do we got to take care of the whole world? It's not our responsibility. Remember that, guys? Well, look in front of me. There's a Chevrolet from General Motors. Look over here. There's a Nissan from our allies in Japan. Remember what he said about the Japanese? He said, what do they do for us? They don't do anything. I disagree. I sharply disagree. And so I'm asking for everybody's help. I'm asking for you guys. One way, if you want to help me, share these videos with all your friends and family. This is personal for me. I'm fighting for my family, my kids, my country. I need your help. I need everybody's help in this mission so we can all win together. I can assure you, President Trump would never give a bonus program to the hardworking people. But I can assure you he would do tax cuts for the richest of them all. But capitalism doesn't work that way, my friends. Capitalism works when everybody works together. The Democrats and the Republicans, instead of having shouting matches in Congress, and Republicans trying to oust the speaker. It doesn't work that way. It requires unity, everybody working together, and a president that has the American people in his heart, that'll fight for the working people, that'll fight for the middle class, that'll fight for the rich people. That's what a real president has to do. Not call the Democrats names, not even call people in his own party names, instead working and uniting everybody. Now, he said that he's going to unite everybody, but come on now. We already went through one term. I got to let you all know the truth. I voted for Donald Trump back in 2016. And honestly, that was a big mistake in my part, because I probably had the worst time under his administration. I basically ruined my credit. I had a hard time surviving, helping my family. And so I didn't vote for him again. And I wouldn't vote for him again. So I'm asking everybody to look at me as an option. If you guys want an incredibly robust economy, an incredible bonus program that'll help American people immediately, I'm asking you guys to jump on board and ride this wave with me until the end. Until we get all the debt paid off, until we help eliminate homelessness in America, until we help illegal immigrants become people who are law-abiding in the United States and working legally with a permit and paying taxes. And then sending that money to their homelands to help out their families, to help out their country, their government, so they can function as a capitalist society and allies of the United States. I'm proud of that, guys. Join me. Please share this video. That's one big way you guys can help. I'm John Diaz, an independent write-in candidate for this coming November election. Please vote for me. Please join me in this effort to save America, to save democracy, to save capitalism, to save the American dream. I know how hard it is to be a working person. I know how hard it is. I had to work in landscaping, in hot weather, sweating my butt off. I had to work in cold winters, below zero, shoveling snow, back-breaking work. I had to do rideshare driving for 7 years. I know what it's like. I'm one of you guys. And I'm not just talking that like the Colombian president that won the presidency by saying things that won't happen. And the reason I know that they're probably not happening is because he's got a lot of protests going on right now. So that means people are unhappy, which means that he's not doing what he said he was going to do, or quick enough. With my administration, with our administration, we got to focus hard, be aggressive, and get to work from day one. Join me, everybody. Join me in saving America for the people who are in deep trouble, in financial trouble, for the people who are homeless, for the people who have hardships every day, for all the people struggling in America. I'm the guy that you want. I promise you I'll work every day like I've never worked before to make sure that we get on a right track for the future, to make sure that we show the future presidencies how it's done, and to leave something great for our children for the future. I appreciate you watching this video so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, please share, And one big way to help me would be to please subscribe so you can keep up to date with all the content. And as you can see here, we have more reinforcements of the National Police. I'll end this video here. Thank you very much for watching.